best bet is the Texans +3 in Green Bay.
It's a good sign.
Why? He likes Green Bay?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great sign. Agreed.
3. I stop at a 3. But yeah.
Got it. The Texans,
The spread in the game, you know.
Jordan Love is playing improved ball. He obviously just shredded a bad Cardinals secondary, but he has turned the ball over in every single game this year. And CJ Stroud has turned it over obviously more than his unicorn year last year, but CJ Stroud will take care of the ball better than Jordan Love will. It's at Lambeau, but it's still early fall. We're not getting that true Lambeau weather, so I'm not too worried about them coming out of the dome.
But the grass.
The Texans have won a 2-point game, a 6-point game, a 4-point game, and a 3-point game. They know how to win tight games. The spread is 2.5. The spread is 3. It's gonna be a tight game. I like Stroud not to turn the ball over. I like Love to turn the ball over, and that to be the difference. Love has had some success, but shredding not so great defenses. DeMeco Ryans comes in with a very, very stout defense who has held most teams to around 20, 22, 23 points. I think they can get to 26, 27 points, and I like the Texans to win straight up, but absolutely love getting the field goal just in case.
Yeah,
good handicap, Casey.
No. You just kind of.
What do you like down there, Papa?
It wasn't the weakest on the show, but it was not the strongest. I don't have anything on this game. I would pass.
Tell me why you like the Packers.
I think
fucking square
It's
loser.
always funny, and this is why I keep asking these questions. Like you say, they've won by 2, 4, 3, and 6, and it's like they know how to win games. And then Tim, I know
they know how to win tight games.
They've only won these games by 2, 4, 3, and 6. They probably aren't going to win coin flips all year long. It's just always funny, like how it feels like a political party and like pushing.
They also came off of a very easy 20-point win against the Texans. Like it wasn't like they played a super taxing game against the Bills, where a super physical, low scoring, high intensity 20-point win.
Who came off a 20-point?
The Texans.
They beat New England 40.
They beat New England.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of the Bills game. I'm like, that was
they played
not cruise at all.
They played at home against the Bills. Then they had to travel to New England, not super far, and now they have to travel to Green Bay again, probably a 2.5-hour flight. Why do you like the Packers?
I think that this Texans offense has not been nearly as good as we think it is.
No Nico either.
Yeah, and I also think the the Packers defense is nearly outstanding.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I do. I think Alexander is huge for them. I think I could not be more impressed with the way that Green Bay won games without Jordan Love. And now you get him and the way that he's been progressing every single week. It took him 50-1 to win the MVP 2 weeks ago. He's now down to 18-1. I think you should grab the Packers at 20-1 to win the Super Bowl. I think that this Packers team, we went from talking about how great that they could be with Jordan Love, MVP conversation, big time NFC aspirations. They lose the guy. They still find a way to win. It's a mark of an incredible football team. And then they get the guy back and he's only getting healthier. I also think dome team going outside, Stroud, I'm not an X's and O's, like I can't break down film, but a lot of people tell you that Stroud has not been nearly up to what last year's standard was. I think that I would make the Packers a favorite on a neutral field. And then I think dome team going outdoors. Packers are the tougher team here. Anything lower
I don't know if the Packers are the tougher team.
I think they're 100%.
I also think
wait, time out.
Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson, I think, could get after Love, who likes to try and extend plays and could make them fall into some mistakes.
Yeah, just naming the DNs. So
fuck yourself.
You said
you shouldn't be able to speak after your handicap today.
You said that you'd make him a favorite by what number?
I have about 1.5, and then I have Lambeau as one of the strongest.
So
hold on. Just let us finish the conversation.
It's pointless what you're asking him.
What? Yeah, no. Love could get sacked by Will Anderson. Did you know that?
This is the first time hearing.
Yeah.
That.
Oh, what would they be on a news? Well, they're not fucking.
No. So
Green Bay,
make them 1.5.
Green Bay Packers.
Toughest home field of what? Like how much?
Green Bay Packers what?
Green Bay Packers. Number 1 pass blocking offensive line in the NFL according to PFF.
What?
PFF is literally fake news network.
What?
It's sometimes.
How many points do you get? Because I know sometimes you're not even giving more than a half point, if that.
No, I'm giving 1 always for home field. I think Green Bay is almost a full 2, especially with the dome team outside.
So you make this 3.5.
I rate on 3 because it's not too It's not too flat. It's like 1.8.
But you're playing the -2.5, right?
I played it on the money line.
Oh, okay. All right.
So the one thing that I agree with Jair is a concern going into the Patriots game is Christian Gonzalez is playing like a lockdown 1. And without Nico, I was curious to see how they'd fare. And the fact that they put up 41 points, Mixon came back, looked great. The Jair locking down one person doesn't scare me as much.
Yeah, Gonzalez couldn't sniff Jair's jock.
Stats. PFF will actually tell you otherwise.
They love Gonzalez.
They love him.
He's a fine.
So we use PFF when we want. Got it.
100%.
Yeah, no, I'm aligned on that for sure.
But we also use beating New England when we want as impressive. And then,
no, I wasn't.
When the Jets,
I'm handpicking specific things about the win against the Patriots. Being it wasn't a grueling win, and they progressed against Christian Gonzalez. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Texans offense EPA per play, 16th. Like that's I think we're just kind of we looked the other way on the Packers.
They got Diggs, and it was like, oh my god.
And we looked the other way on the Packers because it kind of got boring the way that they were doing things. And I think that this Houston team is a little bit of a paper tiger.
One thing that you always say is to not overreact. It's the NFL. You can't overreact. Does it make you not feel better for the bet in general, but my side of wanting to take the Texans? I took the Packers under to begin the season. I've wanted to fade Love going into the year. Like I've been consistent on the fact that I didn't think they were that good coming into this year.
Yeah, I would say that you probably were just wrong on it. I was with you. I thought that the Packers hype was wrong because I didn't think their defense would be that good, and it's been extremely good.
Yeah. I mean, so this line was 2.5 in May. It's now 3.
Yeah, I know that means nothing to me.
No, I
don't think it means much. I think it means they're kind of where-ish.
I think it literally just means no Nico. I think Nico's a half point.
This is the thing about half points at receivers. Like, how many of these receivers are worth? Is Nico a top?
Nico's a top 5.
He's top
5 guy.
Yeah.
Especially importance to Stroud.
No, the way he was playing.
Nico, Jettas, Tyreek, maybe Chase.
I don't doubt. I don't doubt that.
I said Jettas.
I don't doubt that. But when you, it's not like it's Nico and then fucking bunch of guys that work at Burger King. Like you still have
Well,
Diggs.
I mean, Tank Dell has practically been a burger flipper this year.
It's not like this is if a fucking wide receiver makes or breaks your chances to win the thing, you are soft as shit.
No, and I don't think they are. I think they'll be fine without him.
But then you just say, well, it's no Nico.
I think he's a half point movement, but half point to me literally means nothing. So I think they're fine without him.
I don't have a problem with 3. I get where you're coming from.
I get 3.
The last thing that I will say is that we discussed at the opening of the show that the contest lines have leaned sharp, right? When it could have been 2.5, it was this number. When it was 1.5, the Jets were laying 2. I also liked Houston. My gut reaction was Houston's better team, getting 3 points. I'm also lower on Green Bay, but I think what Tim's saying made a lot of sense. And then the contest line was 3 instead of the 2.5. And I think this is going to be Houston gets hammered by the public because you get plus money with Stroud and it's attractive. And meanwhile, you've kind of had this sleeping giant in the Packers.
I think people are just as in love with Love as they are Stroud.
I
think it's turning now, especially after the 4 touchdown game in the rain. I think that's what.
But that's very reactionary. It was because
but the public is reactionary.
I think getting 3 with Stroud. How about this for the Lambeau's home field? Over the last decade, there's no harder road trip than playing at Green Bay on the second leg of a trip. Teams that follow a road game with a second game now at Lambeau, 7 and 16 ATS. Lambeau's a tough place to play.
Sure.
What's your problem?
Who was the fucking quarterback for all of those games?
I agree with that stat. He's not that guy today.
Sure, but this is my point, is we are just obsessed with these teams.
But maybe Love is as good as Rodgers.
There has to be.
I don't think so.
Sure.
Yeah.